really, really played it in a bunch of patches, because this is actually my build for Finland. And what I like to use with it is catalytic heal, so it's full Vanguard. So I go for the full 70. The reason is this Vanguard should have, yeah, it has a legendary overdrive. That's my speed boost. Yeah, it's not that. It's just that they're not basically using auto aim to make you miss. That's the difference. It's not too good. It's just that it's been so bad. Because we're playing a freaking computer game where we're not in it physically. So every game you play with a computer has some kind of aim assist in it, right? So my whole point turns out to be is, why are you making it super, super, super hard to hit stuff? That's not fun. That's just frustratingly annoying. So a lot of casual players will not enjoy this game. But if you make the hits feel good, even if you're not super awesome, but then if you even start aiming and it's even worse for what you're aiming at, then that feels really great. You let the aim assist work. You let it miss sometimes too. Like, I missed a bunch of shots, but because I know that I'm hitting more than I'm gonna miss, I didn't care. Like the way it used to be. Last patch, if I had missed as many shots as I missed before, I would have been like, oh my god, I would have been so pissed. I'd be running around dodging stuff and not aiming at anything. Also, I was so slow last patch that if I missed with a sniper rifle, I was dead. Like, you couldn't even move. Every time you fired your weapon, you stopped moving. So yeah, it makes a big, big difference. This is Gael Rubio's build. Oh yeah, boy. This is his build. This is the dude I used to run. I used to run this for real with. I mean, if it works right, you should just see me just rolling left and right all over the screen, killing stuff. If it works right.
Be victorious.
Yeah, the shotgun missing up close was stupid. Like, that used to piss me off, like, for no reason. Because that makes no sense. It's a shotgun, for God's sake. Speed up first. There you go. There you go. Oh my god, the roll is so fast. This is like classic rolls, man. That's like classic speed on that roll. That's a classic speed on that roll. Yo, it never even fired. Freaking controller is pissing me off. I'll play on the screen. That's annoying. It never even fired. I was hitting him point blank. It didn't generate the health back. I was hitting him point blank. Nothing. I don't understand. To me, Vanguard like doesn't even work. Vanguard doesn't work. That's not enjoyable to me. Back in the day, if I was that close to somebody and I was hitting them that hard, I would have survived. I can't even survive. That doesn't make any sense. I was firing it. Never sped up. I wonder if I have to do the 2-tap thing like I used to do. I don't even like playing miniguns personally. The range is so short now.
Kill.
Basically, ECA had to do the work. I still don't like the way it plays. Actually, Vanguard was changed to be like Warborn. I mean, Warborn was changed to be like Vanguard. It's just that you got to use it with the right weapons. Like, if you're using it with the Renegade, you're basically, if you use it with the Renegade and some Vanguard stuff, you're going to basically get close to the heal at level 20 that you were getting anyway. It's just that it's such a low percentage. When you're in double damage, when you're within the double damage zone, it's like impossible to stop you. Like, I can't play this build. Biggest problem about the gun. Let me just check to see if I'm still right about the range. Is it still 9.3? Because if the range is 9.3 on the Splinter Fate, I can't play that gun. They actually reduced the range. So, at 0.2, Splinter Fate's range was 10.8. 0.3 was brought down to 10.6. And it's been steadily being pushed down ever since. It was 10 meters for about 7 or 8 patches. Then it was brought down to 9.3. Now it's 8.8. That's specifically why I can't play the gun. I keep expecting to be hitting things, but I'm losing a meter. I'm losing that full 9 meter. I lost the 10th meter. By losing that extra meter that I'm expecting to have, I ain't playing this. I ain't playing that. That thing has 10. Why can I beat what do you call it, a Splinter Fate with a Brighton? I just stay away from you. I'm almost, what do you call it, 2 meters more than you have? What the hell is that? That's insane. 2.2 meters greater range. It used to be 9.3. There was a point where it was like 9.6. I could still stay out of their extreme range, but they could kill me. What are you supposed to do with that thing? Splinter Fate is dead. Nah, it sucked ass on 0.2. I figured out how to play it, but it was garbage in 0.2. I learned how to make that gun look like it was like something good, because everybody said like, chain guns are impossible to play. And then I figured it out, like, not really. It's just, it's a really hard, it's a positioning weapon. When Hexecutor used to play the Splinter Fate exclusively, it was like one of the best chain gunners in the game. That dude was like deadly. He switched over to the Caretaker because he's like, the DPS is better. I think they got rid of all of the slowing. They reduced the slowing down to almost nil, because all the guns, you still can move really well while you're firing them. Because slowing you down while you shoot is not a thing that you want while you're playing a game like Catalyst Black. Like, the funnest part about Catalyst Black is when you're playing CTF, or you're playing Capture the Flag, or you're playing Flag Hunters, or you're playing any of the modes, and you're just moving around, dodging. People keep saying like there's no skill. If you're good at dodging, that's a skill. It just means I don't have to worry about my aiming as much. But I know how to move in position super well. That's a skill in itself. So I don't understand how people will always say like, it's not skill-based, it's not skill-based. Shooting is not the only skill in a game that's a shooter. In this game, what it used to be was highly positioning-based. If you were really good at your positioning, this is what Zekin has said early on when we first started. If you're good at your positioning and you know how to use the range of your weapon, you can actually do really well. How do I know how that's a fact? I was playing people with level 20 Lumia Prodigals, and freaking level 20 Lumia arrivals for months at a time, and I was leveling stuff up from level 6. And every build that I was working through and I was gaining them up, they started at super low levels. And I played them against full level 20 gear, and I still won. Because what I was doing was, I know that my weapon had an issue, I know it had a weakness, so every other thing that I took my primary, I would build all the other things around it to protect against the primary's weakness. That's how you win. But the problem is people want it to be super easy without putting in any work. They just want to basically start shooting and everything dies. And then if they meet somebody who's actually better at the game than them, oh, it's because they're higher level. No, it's because I played more. And I know more about the game than you do. I actually know what weapon you're using, and I even know the counters to the weapon, and I know how to stay away from that weapon so it doesn't kill me. That's the difference. I agree. The only gun that made sense to slow down was the miniguns, the chain guns. None of the other weapons really made sense. And you're correct. If you want to give me speed penalties, give me a gun that does so much damage that anytime I hit something, it's almost an auto kill. Like it does 5,000 per shot, and it's a point shoot weapon. But here's the deadly part about it: you can barely move. So you'd have to jack up sprint and a bunch of other, what do you call it, abilities to keep you running with that stuff. It would have like a -10 on your speed or -5 on your speed. That would work. Yeah, I believe so. I think it does, because that roll was sick. That roll was fast. It was back to the days where you press the roll and you double roll. You're just like, what the hell just happened? Like you were trying to roll halfway across the screen. That roll was quick. But yeah, Spencer Face is hard garbage. Yeah, I can't play that gun. So far, it's one of the worst guns I played so far. And the fact that he nerfed it, like, the funny thing is, I know these numbers. I know it was a 9.3. Because I expected it to be 10 the last time. And I saw it was like 9.3. I'm like, holy crap, they took away range. And now I'm expecting to see 9.3. Now it's 8.8. Like, I don't know if I missed it in the surface, in the stuff, but I don't see any weapons, nerfs, or buffs mentioned. Except the general one about the shotguns. And the Northern Warmth. They didn't mention it about the Spencer Fate. They didn't mention it about anything. They didn't mention about that the slow seems to be gone from the sniper rifles also. When people say sniper rifles need a slow, I'm like, you're insane. No, they do not need a slow. That's not a thing. That's not how the game should be played. Sniper rifles still have the exact same weakness that they've always had. Gap closing, shotgun them to death. Gap closing, freaking use whatchamacallit, a renegade on them. That's how those guns work. If you're not doing that, then you're not playing it right. That's not